Hey everybody. Ho ho ho. Ho ho ho. How are we doing?
Good evening, good evening. Ciao. See ya.
Let me see who we've got on the call. So welcome Karina, Chilla, Jojana, Zahira, Roland, Betty, hey, Claudia, Elvira, Karina, Ilona, Diana, Nushi, Gabor. So great to
Anna
have
Maria,
Anna
translator.
Maria. Hello. Great to have you guys on here. Hope you are doing awesome and that we are ready for our last call of 2023.
Yeah, so we're getting ready this week, guys. We're gonna go to London on the 20th of December.
So don't call us. We don't want to hear from you that week. Just kidding. If you need us, call us, but not too much.
We will literally disconnect for a couple of weeks, something that we definitely don't do very often.
No, it's like weird. Like we always have our phones on and we're always working like every single day. So telling you guys like, hey, please don't call, for us, it's kind of weird, but we're kind of excited about that. Take a little time off. Hey.
Yeah, I feel like the last few months have definitely been it's been a crazy year. Let's just put it this way. It has been a crazy year, some amazing things happening this year. And we thought, what great way to end the year and take you guys through something that we do when we get ready to prepare for the new year. One of the first things that we do is that we reflect on how the last year has gone. And we take some time out. Normally, we take a few days out between Christmas and New Year in order to map out 2024, or they map out the year that is about to follow.
Yeah, I feel like there's so much to say on that as well. So, like with reflection, you definitely want to get some time of silence. Like, I hope you guys have got a pen and paper ready to go, because we're definitely going to ask you some of those reflection questions today in today's training.
Karina, you're getting into the spirit. I love it.
Nice. Very cool. So reflection, you need time, but you also need to ask yourself questions that you take time to think about. Like one of my favorite places, this is really weird, one of my favorite places to like relax and reflect is actually the sauna. Nice. I love your diary, Nushi. Pretty. But like, you know, when you're like in the steam room or you're in the sauna, there's no mobile, there's no, you know, laptop, nobody can call you. Like I love that moment of when you're like thinking so intensely about, oh, so cute, who's having a hug. I want a hug. So it's one of those times where you're able to go deep into your mind because nothing can interrupt. And I think that's really valuable. And then another thing that I just want to say on goal setting, which we'll probably get into in the new year, but now's the time to start thinking about during reflection what you might like to achieve, is so often like we do goal setting and we do goal setting and we do goal setting. And sometimes I feel like it gets to the point where you're going, well, it's the beginning of the year, I should write a bunch of new goals. Whereas I feel like reflect on the old ones first and adjust. Like, what do you want to adjust? But if you've never written goals before, see, it's so unique to each individual person. Because if you've never written goals before, or your goals haven't been properly written before, or you don't have clarity on your goals, then that's the time that you want to be writing goals. But if you're somebody like me, for example, where you've got goals that are outlined in depth right now, it really comes down to readjusting and adding more detail rather than sitting down to write completely new goals. Because sometimes we see people, don't we, where they've had one year, they've had a bunch of goals, and then the next year they feel like, you know what, I should write goals. Oh my gosh, it's like a whole Romanian trend with the glasses now. But you know, they feel like I should have goals or I've got to do this, and they'll go and write a bunch of goals that aren't deep or focused on clarity because they feel like they should. Is this making sense? Can I get a yes or a thumbs up in the chat, some emojis if what I've just said makes true sense? Let me see. Yes. And waving. That's awesome. Perfect. So do you want to kick off, or shall I get directly into questions?
Why don't you kick off?
All right, cool. So why not? So let's start with some questions. So if you've got your pen and your paper ready, I want you to write down some reflection questions. So I always like to start on a positive note. I think that's a great way to start. I want you to ask yourself, what did I do well this year? Or what did I do better this year than any other year? What am I proud of? Might be a list, might be one standout thing that you achieved. It might be something really simple, like I read 10 books. It might be that you read one book. It might be that you completed a Club Fit challenge. It might be that you got to the end of it. It might be that you ranked up.
Maybe you help someone in your team rank up.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Maybe you did your first training. Maybe you started to do more presentations this year. Maybe you were more consistent.
Love that one.
Maybe you've grown more this year, because that's quite key as well, guys. It's Tony Robbins says progress is the key to happiness. The reason that a lot of people sometimes they feel unhappy is because they feel like they're not making any progress.
Well, they've gone backwards.
But the thing is that in order for you to realize whether you've made progress, you need to take time to also reflect, right? You know, maybe sometimes the mistake that we make is that we make progress, we go, I haven't ranked up. But maybe you've had more growth in your team. Maybe you've done more presentations. Maybe your closing has become stronger. So therefore, the numbers haven't caught up to your progress yet, but you've made progress, which will later reflect on the numbers, right? So as long as you're growing, you guys probably heard me say this so many times, as long as you're making progress every single day, the numbers is a matter of time. Success is a matter of time. You just got to keep making progress. You got to keep growing every day.
Absolutely.
So what are you proud of?
If I can just add like a tiny little thing there as well with consistency, it's kind of like, it's not really related, but it's like a bonus nugget. You know how I like to like go off topic and throw in a bonus nugget sometimes? Everyone loves chicken nuggets, but you know what they love more? Bonus nuggets. It's Christmas, so we can have a joke.
So cheesy. That was so bad.
That was a bad joke. Anyway, it's like a Christmas cracker joke. So with building your habits,
we should be drinking mild wine.
I know we should have alcohol. We've got detox tea. But what it is with consistency, sometimes people are trying to get consistent at big things, but you can build consistency through tiny little habits. So for example, your consistency might be, I took my nutrition every day. That's a great way to build up a little habit, and it doesn't have to be so big. Your consistency might be, I completed my face routine twice a day, every day, right? And when you start to bring in these tiny little habits of consistency and they fall into place, everything else is going to fall into place as well. But the power of habits is just so important. So I wanted to add that in. And so I want you to have a look right now at what areas did you grow in this year? What areas did you grow in this year? What areas did you grow in this year, babe?
Definitely mindset.
Yeah.
You know, they say sometimes if you feel like you've been through a storm, it just means that the roots of the tree have just gone deeper. That's all it is. Well, I'd like to hear like some of these questions that we've been asking. I'd love to hear from you guys. Maybe put it on the chat.
Nice
You
one,
know,
Karina.
amazing. Maybe put it down on the chat in terms of what's something that you've done this year that you're proud of,
Or your biggest area of growth.
and what's your biggest area of growth. Any of this that you want to share, okay? Because this may also help some other people to get some additional inspiration.
Yeah, like so here's something that's really interesting. I remember right back at the beginning of my network marketing career, Efrosyni will remember this really easily. I used to just like sit there and people would be like, well, what did you do that was good this year? And I just, oh my God, another little hug for Dana there. That's so kind. I love that. And I just used to sit there and stare off into space because I couldn't think of anything I'd done that was like worth mentioning. And sometimes you do need to dig a little bit deep and just find something, because it wasn't that I was a person that didn't have anything to say, right? I don't even know what that stunt really was, whether I was shy or I didn't believe in myself that much. But
I think sometimes people have easier time remembering the things they're not happy with rather than the things that we're happy with.
Yeah, maybe that's it. So I'd get to like the end of the year and people would be like, what are you proud of? And I'd be like, oh, I'm not proud of anything, which technically isn't true. Like we've all achieved something this year, even if it's maybe just eating that little bit healthier. 75 days of challenge. Oh, did you do 75-day hard, Karina? Oh my God. Good job. Good job. Wow. Platinus, something about platinum. I'm guessing. My Hungarian's fantastic. Right?
So someone's going to translate for us.
I participated in the company's international events.
Yeah,
Great in all of
the
them.
companies.
Super.
Bravo.
Yeah, these are really
so
good
I
ones.
think that Betty wrote hitting platinum and doing the Club Fit challenge. I reckon that's what she wrote.
Yes. Great. Great.
What about the rest of you guys? What are you proud of? What did you do well this year?
It might even be that you just showed up with more confidence. It might be that you showed up paying a little more attention to your appearance. Monica, hi. I haven't seen you in forever. It's so good to see your face.
You are looking very nice, you both of you.
We're getting into the Christmas spirit.
Ho, ho, ho.
Very good.
Amazing, Nushi. Absolutely. Yeah, you ranked up. And not only that, you've got someone in your team that also ranked up this year. Betty, you took 12 holidays this year.
And still
holy
hit
moly.
How is
amazing.
That even possible? Crazy. Love it. Love it.
That's more holidays than us.
Okay, but wait, who is this guy?
Who?
Katia A. Check out his display, guys. He's just moved away from the screen, but like we are looking at a well-stocked, someone who takes their supplements and does their skincare has built that background. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That is an amazing display.
What on earth is going on there? I love that.
That's like product of the product.
Yeah.
Right?
That's exactly what that is.
Okay, so come on, one more thing. Like, what are you guys proud of? What is something that you achieved this year that you believe that you've done well? Because it's very, very important in order to focus. And the thing is this is an exercise that if, let's say, you've ever struggled with confidence, maybe there was a point where you've kind of gone through in your business or in your life where you lost your confidence, you lost some of your self-belief. Doing an exercise where you focus on the things you're proud of is a great way to build yourself back up. Okay? Because I remember I did this when I went through a very, very tough time, probably in 2011. And it was literally, and you guys have probably heard me talk about doing the gratitude exercise every day. Gratitude helps to elevate your vibration. If your vibration is high, you tend to attract positive things into your life. If the vibration is low, we tend to attract negative things into our life. So a gratitude exercise is a great way in order to keep your energy high, get your vibration high. But a confidence, if you want to raise your confidence, a great way is to basically create a list and write 5, 10 things every day that you're proud of, that you have achieved.
Or have a go-to list that you can look back on as well. So like so guys, I bought this stone for good energy and my cats have found it and they're now playing with it under the desk as we're doing this call. And I had literally placed it on my desk. I don't know if you believe in energies. And the cat is like distracting us. Maybe that's something that we should work on for next year, is more focus when the cats are misbehaving underneath the table.
It's okay. Get the rock off the middle just in case I decide to swallow it. The pride list, I want to go back to the pride list. The pride list can go back even to times when you were a little kid. So if, let's say, for example, it might be something along the lines of, I am most proud that, maybe in year 7, I was able, actually, this is one thing that I did write, is that when I moved to Australia, I hardly spoke any English. And within 6 months of being in a class that was what we call ESL, English is your second language students. Within 6 months of being in that class, I went from that to going into a normal class. Now, that's something I achieved when I was 10 years old. I put it on my list.
Yes.
Okay. Winning a swimming competition when I was in year 12, wrote that on my list. And what would happen is that I would write 5 things I was proud of every single day. Didn't matter how small, how big they were. And whenever I felt like my confidence was low, I would literally go back to my diary and start reading all the things that I've achieved that I was proud of.
Because that's not a lot of effort, is it, to reread it? But sometimes when you're in a low place, it can be hard to come up with it. So like when you're in a good place, that's a really great time to like write down those things. So now let's what I want us to focus on, and you can do this in different categories as well, like, so that goals can come in career, they can come in fitness, they can come in relationships, they can come in social, they can come in finances. These would be like questions that you could ask for every single section of your life as well. Did you want to add something?
Yeah, before we get into goals, because we're not going to do goals today. I'm not getting into
goals. There were just a couple more questions I had.
Okay, cool.
Because I want to end on a positive note, but here's a reality, guys, is sometimes you've got to have a think with, now somebody like, maybe some of you guys saw my Facebook post the other day where I thanked some mentors, and somebody wrote on it, yes, it's really great to get criticism. And I actually said to him, actually, I consider it feedback. Because if you reprogram the mind with that term of like, it's good to get feedback, instead of it's good to look at with a critical eye of what you did this year, it's good to look at feedback, right? But you're going to give yourself the feedback now by asking these questions. So I want you to ask yourself, what could I still improve on in my life right now? What do I still need to improve on? What could I have done better? It's kind of the same question, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What could I improve on? What could I have done better? These are growth questions, guys. Yeah, me too, Karina. But I think it's good to have some focus. So because there are different categories in life, maybe and you know what, we're here with secret, right? So it would be good to think about our secret business and ask ourselves, what could I have done better in my secret business this year? What do I need to improve on, or what could I have improved on? in my secret business. So either future it or ask yourself, what could I have done better, or what do I need to improve on going forward?
Now, the one thing that I want to clarify around here, guys, sometimes we get into the habit of going, what could I have done better? And we're going to like punishing ourselves or being hard on ourselves. And I'm not saying don't hold yourself accountable. Accountability is key in order to keep making progress and keep moving forward. But there's a difference between going, well, you know what? I could have done more personal presentations, to going something along the lines of, should have done more presentations. And you guys have probably heard me a few times talk about the difference between the energy of choosing to do something as opposed to feeling like I should. Nobody does what they should. Everybody does what they want.
But also ask more questions on that. So for example, you said, I could have done more presentations. Let's get into like split personalities here, where part of you is going to jump outside of your body. And so I'm going to be Melanie number 1. And then the figment of my imagination is going to be Melanie number 2. This is the part where I start seeming crazy. That's all right. We love a little crazy, and we know
We're used to it by now.
Yeah, you guys know me. Like, you got to be crazy to win. So you're going to start to like interview yourself. So you said I could have done, stop laughing at me. The team would be very sad that you're laughing at me right now.
Laughing with you.
Okay, I wasn't laughing though. But basically, so I could have done more presentations. Why didn't you? Like, ask yourself, why didn't I do more presentations? What was it that held me back? What do I need to learn in order to do more of those? What area is it that I would need to improve on? So you don't just stay there, you're going to go deeper, because it's like the level of questions. And I feel like with each question asked, you can go at least 4 levels deep. What held you back from playing at a top level of that thing that you wanted to do better? Am I making sense? Let me know in the chat if I'm making sense. Great. I love that. Yeah, making sense. Good. So it's almost like, because you never shut up in your mind, right? Like, it's always very loud. Like, it's always like blah 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 for me. That's why I'm getting into meditation, because that's something I want to get better at, is quieting my mind.
But it's also knowing the potential obstacles. Like I know that there's a handful of you guys that I'm working with very, very closely. We have weekly accountability sessions. And one of the things that we go through is setting a goal for the week. But the other thing that we also talk about is, what are some of the potential hurdles that may come up that can prevent you to achieving that goal? And if, let's say, for example, sometimes we know that, I know I'm going to do more presentations, but the thing that keeps coming up is that I run out of time, for example, okay? Then by getting to the root of the issue, essentially we're identifying that it's not the time that's the issue, is prioritizing, for example, okay? Or more effective time management. Or maybe it's a lack of accountability. Maybe you need daily accountability with someone where you can go, hey, look, here's my plan for the day. And because you're reflecting within 24 hours, it keeps you on track. So identifying what are the areas that you could improve on and digging deeper with these questions will enable you that when we do the goal setting session for 2024, then you can preempt the potential obstacles that may come up for you and put the right things in place to make it happen. So I know, for example, like in my case, health is going to be a very big focus for me in 2024. It was a focus for me in 2023. Second half of the year, I dropped the ball completely. Now, I can say it was an emotional time, because it was an emotional time, X, Y, Z happened. Could be an excuse, could be a pattern at the same time. So here's what I know, because I know that it's something that I do drop the ball at. So what am I going to do for 2024? More accountability. Not just saying certain things to me, but saying certain things to someone that can hold me accountable. Better planning, for example. You know, sometimes we're out, like today we were out, we're at Christmas markets, we came late, you know, the traffic was insane, you know, so what do? We came home, we ordered, okay, it's healthy fast food, we had a souvlaki for dinner, okay, but if we had something that was pre-made and it was healthy and it was in the fridge or something like that, we could have prevented ordering something.
So it's like seeking solutions.
It's knowing what the obstacles are. And by knowing that, it's almost as if like you're driving towards your destination. And if you don't know what your potential obstacles are, it's like you're driving at nighttime and you got your lights off. So you don't know there's a hole in the road coming up. You don't know you're coming around the bend. And at the same time, what does that do? It slows you down. But if you turn on your headlights, now you can see every hole that's coming up in the road. You can see the bend. And because you can see ahead, and especially if you've got high beams on, you see what's around the corner, you can pick up speed towards your destination. Okay? Cool?
Yeah, and so I just want to add like a little bit to that as well. So if you've identified like where you need to grow, and I mentioned about seeking the solution, like why not find a book on that exact topic and read it? Like Christmas is such a lovely time because, you know, there's travel time, there's commute times, but there's also downtime, right? And sometimes we all listen to all the same music, you know, we watch all the same movies, and you can do that. But I also know there's going to be times where you're digesting after dinner where you could start on a book. And the great thing about reading is, you know, sometimes you get in and you get hooked, but it takes starting to get hooked on it. And once you get hooked on growth in that area, you want to know more and you want to know more, but it can really improve you so quickly. Like I can literally take probably about 40% of the success that I've had this year down to like certain books that I've read. Like this year, the books that I literally consumed were insane. Like they literally, like, and Efrosyni knows, like the person that I am right now to the person I started at the beginning of the year is just different, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
it's definitely been a lot of growing year.
But I was great at the beginning of the year and I'd done growing the year before. Like you can always be better than you are. Like, and I'm sure by the end of next year, I'm going to be a completely different person. Well, I pray I'm going to be a different person by the end of next year in a much better way. And I saw this quote the other day. Sometimes, you know, I feel like we're doing a podcast here and like it should be more conversational. But I saw this quote the other day that said the scariest thing in the world is being the exact same person you are a year from now. That's a year of no progress, which means it's a year of no happiness, right? Because growth is happiness, as Tony Robbins says. So we want to keep progressing. So we always want to make sure we are not the same person.
So I remember the last book that we did last year, my goodness.
It wasn't, we did another one. We had another one, which on a call, which you went on a month later.
The Greatest Salesman.
Oh, were you there?
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry, guys.
So who's actually read The Greatest Salesman?
Bravo, Anna Maria.
Who else?
Don't be shy to type in the chat.
Yeah, you can type it on the chat.
Who can we see who's read it? I know Amola was reading it.
Yeah. Okay.
Gabor,
awesome.
Super.
Yeah. So the book club, we're going to continue that in 2024. And what I want to do in 2024, guys, because I believe that growing together, firstly, the team that plays together stays together. Okay, so having fun together is absolutely key. I know there's a bunch of you that are going to be with us on the Caribbean cruise
Miami
in February. So I'm really looking forward to that. And we're going to do a lot of fun things in 2024. The other thing is, though, is that the team that grows together wins together. Okay, so I'm not telling you that you have to read every single book we recommend, because believe me, we've got a very big list.
Oh, yeah.
And we've read a lot of books. But that we will be recommending one book per month. And by recommending one book a month, the books that we're going to recommend to you, also in the order that we place in them, will enable you to grow in the areas based on if you're new and you're winning, you're creating the winning mindset, number one. Second phase is also what are the skills you should be learning that's going to enable you to lead your team more effectively so you become a better leader. The third phase, though, is what are the things you should be learning to become a leader that develops leaders. Because to be a leader, number one, you got to have followers, right? To be a leader that makes an impact, though, you got to be a leader that develops leaders. So do you just want to be a leader with followers, or do you want to be a leader that makes an impact? Now, how about making an impact in 2024? How about sitting there and going, how many lives will I impact in 2024? I know that some of you guys that have had the experience of helping people in your team win and hit ranks, you know the feeling that I'm talking about, that watching someone in your team get up on stage and share their story and knowing you played a small part in them to making an impact in their life, that feeling is one of the greatest feelings in the world. Okay? Once you've experienced that, you know the magic of making that happen more and more and more and more. How many people do you want to have on stage from your team in Madrid? That's what you got to ask yourself. Okay.
One of the best things I actually heard, and I heard this from somebody whose podcast I listen to, so just giving credit where credit is due. Some of you may know him, Fraser Brooks. But one of the things that he mentioned is success is not measured by the dollars in your bank account, but by the amount of times that your name is said when somebody's crossing the stage and doing like a thank you testimonial. Like that's how you can measure success, by how many lives you've actually impacted. And I think that's really beautiful as well.
So in wrapping up, guys, because the next call we will do will be the first Sunday. No, actually, give me 1 second.
It will be something like the 6th or 7th of January. Yeah, and 7th.
No, I feel like we'll do a call. We'll do a call before that. We're not going to wait till the 7th of January. So, sorry, what was that? So the 7th of January, guys, what we'll do is we'll have a little bit of an extended session. It's going to be, instead of the normal half an hour, 40 minutes, we'll go a little bit deeper into goal setting, okay? But we will have a call to kickstart the year before the 7th, okay?
Really?
So
when are you thinking?
The 3rd in the evening.
I might be busy.
Then that's okay.
Sorry, guys. I've already got plans.
Don't worry, the world moves without you.
Okay, cool. You can do it without me, guys. It's fine. I'll miss you, but love you.
Okay, so the 3rd of January, which is a Wednesday evening, we will do a call for the bronze and above. Okay.
Nice.
And we will also do a general call for everybody. Okay, because we're gonna have some exciting things to announce on the 3rd of January. On the Sunday, it will be more of an extended call where we're going to go a little bit deeper into goal setting. Be ready for that, by the way. Now, that doesn't mean wait to do your goals until that date. I want you guys to start working on your goals until then. I want you to look at what are the 4 areas of your life you want to focus on for this year. For example, what are my career goals for 2024? What are my growth goals? Personal development growth. Okay. What is my health goals? And what is my personal goals? And personal could be relationship goals, for example. It could be something that personally you want to achieve. It might be something, something under personal goals could be, this year I want to take 3 holidays with my family, for example.
Yeah.
And
Or
completely disconnect, have a more balance in my life in 2024, whatever it is.
I think also like thinking about it in terms, because like we're so blessed at Secret as well, is thinking about it in terms of like product goals. So one of the questions we used to ask when I was back at Elizabeth Arden was, what are your skincare goals? Right. And then if you knew what someone's skincare goal was, you could tell them what product to use in order to achieve that skincare goal. So we could have like, what are your health goals? What are your skincare goals? And what are your travel goals, or what are your lifestyle goals for this year, like your recreational goals, which can just be something that adds another dimension to your business to get you to become an even more product rep, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, 2 things before we finish off. Okay. Number one, I want your opinion on something. Okay. Some people say Sunday night is more difficult for them to plug into a Zoom because maybe it's family day, it's fun day, it's rest day, whatever. Some people love Sundays because it gets the week started off strong. In your opinion, and just write yes to keep it for Sunday. If in 2024 you feel that Sunday works to continue keeping the same time every Sunday for 2024, and that works, write yes. If you think that if we change it to Monday nights, write Monday. Just write Sunday or Monday, actually, just make it easier. Sunday or Monday? What do you prefer? I want to see what everybody's saying, okay? Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
We might have to also do a bit of a poll,
Yeah.
because it's like last weekend before Christmas, some people are away, just to get a bit of a sense.
So what we'll do, you guys are all on the Team Up Facebook group, okay? We will actually do a poll on Team Up Facebook group. If you can vote Sunday or Monday, that way we'll just basically take the majority, because I want to make sure that we do what's going to get the biggest participation from people, guys. So, we don't believe in dictatorship. We believe in involving as many people as possible so we can decide together. So what we'll do is that we'll post it on the Team Up Facebook group. So that's one thing. The second thing is that you guys know, and finally we have the squared bonus in Europe. Okay.
Squared in Europe.
I know if you haven't seen it, by the way, we also corrected the reporting. So now it measures the 0.5 point as well. So many of you guys have noticed that your numbers have gone up, which is fantastic.
Exciting.
Okay. Now, there's a way, a lot of people are saying to me, I want to know, how do I get in touch with everybody in my team that is on Club Secret so I can get them either A, to pay their monthly fee if it didn't go through. That's number one. Or B, if they're on Club Secret, to make an order and be on Club Secret Plus. So you also help more people achieve the squared bonus. And of course, you remember Club Secret Plus enables them to get their getaway in 12 months. Okay. Now, we've also launched, you guys have seen Club Secret 6. If you haven't seen that, Club Secret 6, it's a great way for you guys to help somebody to get a getaway straight away, because it enables them to prepay their Club Secret Plus for 6 months in advance. Now, why are we doing that? Okay, we're doing that because sometimes you get people that maybe their card expired, the monthly membership didn't go through, and they didn't even realize it. And then they find out that they're missing out on a getaway because they missed 1 or 2 payments and they didn't realize it. So the company said, how do we do it so that way, instead of seeing a monthly membership every month, people can come and pay Club Secret 6, prepay their monthly membership for 6 months, get the product credit, it keeps those people qualified for Club Secret Plus every single month. And at the same time, they get a getaway straight away. And in 6 months, a second getaway.
Mm.
And in 12 months, a third getaway. So remember, normally for people to essentially benefit from 3 getaways, they would have to get the professional pack. Okay. So if you haven't realized we've got that launched, and we have a promotion for the month of December. There was an email that went out and it mentions all of this, but I just wanted to make sure that everybody has really got this, because we literally have a promotion for this until the end of December. And the end of December, it means that anybody that gets Club Secret 6 gets the second getaway after 6 months. That normally doesn't happen. Okay. Normally you would just get your getaway after 12 months of monthly membership. But Club Secret 6 means you get a getaway now, not the getaway in 6 months. And anybody you upgrade to Club Secret 6, you also get double direct commission. Okay, so you get to benefit from this as well. Doesn't have to be a new person. Anybody in your team that upgrades to Club Secret 6, you get a direct commission that is doubled until the end of December. Question. So you're on normal Club Secret Plus, Corinne. Anybody that is on the normal Club Secret, nothing's changed for that. Okay, that's separate to Club Secret 6. Club Secret 6 is a package that works out to 684 euros, and that's why you get a getaway straight away. Club Secret Plus means you're 50-50 qualified, and on your 12-month anniversary, you get your getaway. So if you're on your 6th month right now, it means in 6 more months, you get your getaway. Cool?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other questions on this, or is this clear for everybody? Okay, awesome. So what I'm going to do, guys, is literally when we finish, I'm going to post the video. I'm going to do 2 things on Team Up. I'm going to post the video on where do you need to go, and it's in your reports. When you go to secretdirect.com and you log in, on your left-hand side, you have your dashboard, okay? Go to the part where it says My Organization. You click on My Organization. I'm going to post a video about this. You click on My Organization, and from there, you'll be able to see everybody in your team, who's active, who's on Club Secret, who's 50-50 qualified. You'll be able to see all of that. So then that way you're able to get in touch with people. Now, we literally have 2 weeks left until the end of the year. So remember, right now, there's a promotion that anybody that achieves 5-5 or 10-10 for the first time, and you haven't achieved it before, which means it's pretty much going to be a lot of you guys, it's going to be double bonuses until the end of December. So take advantage of it. Finish the year strong, okay? Remember what we always say, how you finish the year determines how you start the year.
So if you finish it relaxed, that means you're going to start it relaxed. That was not what she was looking for. No, but like she means like finish strong, start strong, for sure.
Guys, have an amazing Christmas. Enjoy time with your family. Take some time to do the reflection that we discussed. Okay, to tell the things that you're actually proud of yourself. And we look forward to seeing you guys in the new year. And more importantly, we look forward to creating more memories with you guys, more adventures with you guys, new levels in every area of your life, to be able to celebrate you guys, to celebrate all of you guys, to be able to achieve even bigger things in 2024. Thank you for an amazing year together, guys. And we look grateful
to have you all be
to next year.
Our secret community here in Europe. So Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Bye.